The Lantern Festival is a Chinese festival celebrated on the 15th day of the first month in the lunisolar Chinese calendar. It marks the final day of the traditional Chinese New Year celebrations, and usually falls on some day in February or March in the Gregorian calendar. As early as the Western Han Dynasty, it had become a festival with great significance. During the Lantern Festival, children go out at night to temples carrying paper lanterns and solve riddles on the lanterns. In ancient times, the lanterns were fairly simple, and only the emperor and noblemen had large ornate ones. In modern times, lanterns have been embellished with many complex designs. For example, lanterns are now often made in the shape of animals. The lanterns can symbolize the people letting go of the past selves and getting new ones, which they will let go of the next year. The lanterns are almost always red to symbolize good fortune. In Hong Kong and Taiwan, it is commercialized as the Chinese equivalent of Valentine's Day. It is not to be confused with the Mid-Autumn Festival, which is sometimes also known as the Lantern Festival in locations such as Singapore and Malaysia. Now, the Chinese Lantern Festival is becoming popular in Western countries. In London, the United Kingdom has the Magical Lantern Festival. History. The first month of the Chinese lunar month is called the Yuan month, and night means CO, so it is called the Yuan CO Festival in China. The 15th day is the first full moon of the lunisolar year. According to Taoist tradition, the 15th day of the first lunar month, Shangyuan, corresponds to the official of light who enjoys colorful and light objects. So there should be heaps and heaps of colorful lanterns hung out for people to appreciate. People will try to solve puzzles on lanterns, eat lots of food like glutinous rice balls named after the festival, and enjoy a family reunion. Origin legends. There are many different beliefs about the origin of the Lantern Festival. However, one likely origin is the celebration of the declining darkness of winter and community's ability to move about at night with human-made light, namely, lanterns. During the Han Dynasty, the festival was connected to Yin, the deity of the North Star. One legend tells us that it was a time to worship Tai, the god of heaven in ancient times. The belief was that the god of heaven controlled the destiny of the human world. He had 16 dragons at his beck and call, and he decided when to inflict drought, storms, famine or pestilence upon human beings, beginning with Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, who named China. All the emperors ordered splendid ceremonies each year. The emperor would ask Tai to bring favorable weather and good health to him and his people. Wu Di of the Han Dynasty directed special attention to this event. In 104 BCE, he proclaimed it to be one of the most important celebrations, and the ceremony would last throughout the night. Another legend associates the Lantern Festival with Taoism. Tiangan is the Taoist god responsible for good fortune. His birthday falls on the 15th day of the first lunar month. It is said that Tiangan likes all types of entertainment, so followers prepare various kinds of activities during which they pray for good fortune. Another legend associates the Lantern Festival with an ancient warrior named Lan Moon, who led a rebellion against the tyrannical king in ancient China. He was killed in the storming of the city, and the successful rebels commemorated the festival in his name. Yet another common legend dealing with the origins of the Lantern Festival speaks of a beautiful crane that flew down to earth from heaven. After it landed on earth, it was hunted and killed by some villagers. This angered the Jade Emperor in heaven because the crane was his favorite. So, he planned a storm of fire to destroy the village on the 15th lunar day. The Jade Emperor's daughter warned the inhabitants of her father's plan to destroy their village. The village was in turmoil because nobody knew how they could escape their imminent destruction. However, a wise man from another village suggested that every family should hang red lanterns around the houses, set up bonfires on the streets, and explode firecrackers on the 14th, 15th, and 16th lunar days. This would give the village the appearance of being on fire to the Jade Emperor. On the 15th lunar day, troops sent down from heaven whose mission was to destroy the village saw that the village was already ablaze, and returned to heaven to report to the Jade Emperor. Satisfied, the Jade Emperor decided not to burn down the village. For that day on, people celebrate the anniversary on the 15th lunar day every year by carrying lanterns on the streets and exploding firecrackers and fireworks. Another legend about the origins of Lantern Festival involves a maid named Yuan Xiao. In the Han Dynasty, Dongfang Shuo was a favorite advisor of the emperor. One winter day, he went to the garden and heard a little girl crying and getting ready to jump into a well to commit suicide. Dongfang stopped her and asked why. She said she was Yuan Xiao, a maid in the emperor's palace, and that she never had a chance to see her family since she started working there. If she could not have the chance to show her filial piety in this life, she would rather die. Dongfang promised to find a way to reunite her with her family. Dongfang left the palace and set up a fortune-telling stall on the street. Due to his reputation, many people asked for the fortunes to be told, but everyone got the same prediction: a calamitous fire on the 15th lunar day. The rumor spread quickly. Everyone was worried about the future and asked Dongfang for help. Dongfang said that on the 13th lunar day, the god of fire would send a fairy in red riding a black horse to burn down the city. When people saw the fairy, they should ask for her mercy. On that day, Yuan Xiao pretended to be the Red Fairy. When people asked for her help, she said that she had a copy of a decree from the god of fire that should be taken to the emperor. After she left, people went to the palace to show the emperor the decree, which stated that the capital city would burn down on the 15th. The emperor asked Dongfang for advice. Dongfang said that the god of fire liked to eat tang yuan. Yuan Xiao should cook tang yuan on the 15th lunar day, and the emperor should order every house to prepare tang yuan to worship the god of fire at the same time. Also, every house in the city should hang red lantern and explode firecrackers. Lastly, everyone in the palace and people outside the city should carry the lanterns on the street to watch the lantern decorations and fireworks. The Jade Emperor would be deceived and everyone would avoid the disastrous fire. The emperor happily followed the plan. Lanterns were everywhere in the capital city on the night of the 15th lunar day. People were walking on the street. Firecrackers kept making lots of noise. It looked like the entire city was on fire. Yuan Xiao's parents went into the palace to watch the lantern decorations and were reunited with the daughter. The emperor decreed that people should do the same thing every year. Since Yuan Xiao cooked the best tang yuan, people called the day Yuan Xiao Festival. Name in different country. In Japan, the Lantern Festival is commonly known as O. In Korea, the festival can be called in many names, include and finding love. In the early days, young people were chaperoned in the streets in hopes of finding love. Matchmakers acted busily in hopes of pairing couples. The brightest lanterns were symbolic of good luck and hope. As time has passed, the festival no longer has such implications in most of China, but it is still commercialized as the Chinese equivalent of Valentine's Day in Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Yuan Shao eaten during the Lantern Festival. Tang yuan is a glutinous rice ball typically filled with sweet red bean paste, sesame paste, or peanut butter. The Chinese people believe the round shape of the balls and the bowls in which they are served symbolize family togetherness, and that eating tang yuan may bring the family happiness and good luck in the new year. 6th century and afterwards until the Sui dynasty in the 6th century, Emperor Yangdi invited envoys from other countries to China to see the colorful lighted lanterns and enjoy the gala performances. By the beginning of the Tang dynasty in the 7th century, the lantern displays would last 3 days. The emperor also lifted the curfew, allowing the people to enjoy the festive lanterns day and night. It is not difficult to find Chinese poems which describe this happy scene. In the Song dynasty, the festival was celebrated for 5 days and the activities began to spread to many of the big cities in China. Colorful glass and even jade were used to make lanterns, with figures from folk tales painted on the lanterns. However, the largest lantern festival celebration took place in the early part of the 15th century. The festivities continued for 10 days. Emperor Chengzu had the downtown area set aside as a center for displaying the lanterns. Even today, there is a place in Beijing called Dengshigou. In Chinese, Deng means lantern and Shi is market. The area became a market where lanterns were sold during the day. In the evening, the local people would go there to see the beautiful lighted lanterns on display. Today, the displaying of lanterns is still a major event on the 15th day of the first lunar month throughout China. Chengdu in southwest China's Sichuan province, for example, holds a lantern fair each year in Culture Park. During the Lantern Festival, the park is a virtual ocean of lanterns. Many new designs attract large numbers of visitors. The most eye-catching lantern is the Dragon Pole. This is a lantern in the shape of a golden dragon, spiraling up a 38-meter-high pole, spewing fireworks from its mouth. Cities such as Hangzhou and Shanghai have adopted electric and neon lanterns, which can often be seen beside the traditional paper or wooden counterparts. Another popular activity at this festival is guessing lantern riddles. These often contain messages of good fortune, family reunion, abundant harvest, prosperity, and love. Just like the pumpkin carved into jack-o'-lantern for Halloween in the Western world, Asian parents sometimes teach the children to empty the inner tubing of oriental radish, mooli, daikon into a kaitu lantern for the festival.